Okay, and we're back with some more Brink gameplay. This is the second half of the first mission that I played on the security ops art for the ARC side. Haven't done any more gameplay of this since the first recording. Plan on putting them both up at the same time, so you could have probably guessed that. I've spent most of my night messing around with the recording settings for Sony Vegas because it takes some tweaking, and I got curious about other render formats and got distracted with that, which has a tendency to happen with me. Here I am trying to run around, act like I'm awesome, and I'm not, because apparently I can't kill any of these guys. But yeah, all in all, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the game. I was watching my gameplay for a couple of different reasons. I always try to watch it, make sure there aren't any black frames that should have been regular frames, and make sure that the render came out alright and it looks alright on my system, and check the file sizes and check the audio levels, make sure there's no popping and cracking and all the other stuff that I used to have in a lot of my earlier videos, which it's nice to know a little bit more about the whole recording and uploading process to be able to handle that stuff. I am by no means a pro, but I sure as hell know how to read a forum decently well. As you can see here in this part, you're essentially just escorting that guy in front of me with a green bar. It looks like he doesn't really respond to any of the enemies being around him. He just kind of walks a set path, and you're supposed to just kill the enemies around him. One thing that I didn't realize that I realize now that I've actually watched my gameplay is you can probably change your spawn location based on which little things, they're little like command centers that you can take. Probably if I were to hit escape at the death menu, it would allow me to select a different spawn location if we had another one taken. But apparently I did not have the foresight while I was playing the game to think about that, even though I had seen it in the escape menu right at the very beginning of the mission. There was a select your spawn location option. I could probably spawn there if we had taken that. I think we had. So just something to keep in mind with the game too. You can set your spawn locations based on how many locations your team is taking, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Apparently I'm running around in an area where there's no enemies at this point because I think it's fun. But I find some, and it's a good time. Also, when I was watching some of the gameplay, I did notice that it did look like there was a little bit additional damage taken off the enemy when you do land a headshot, though it is not a substantial amount. And one thing that's interesting is you kind of have to recognize the medics and take them out first, otherwise they will just keep bringing back their teammates over and over again, and that can get frustrating. So yeah, this is Brink, and I don't know, all in all, it's pretty cool. I kind of ran out of stuff to say, so I'm probably going to just ramble for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or so of this video, which should be fun for me, probably not so fun for you. One thing that's nice about the customization features of this game is a Molotov cocktail, poorly thrown. Got to get used to arches in this game. I've noticed I had quite a few missed-thrown grenades, and I think I only used Molotov cocktails once. They do have a cooldown meter, but they are fun to use, especially if you throw them right. I've seen a couple of videos where there are guys who probably have better aim than I will ever hope to have in a game like this, and got a couple of good tosses. Very reminiscent of, you know, the Semtech sticky in Modern Warfare 2, which I'm sure there's quite a few people that are pretty familiar with that, especially if you're interested in first-person shooters. Here would have been a prime opportunity for me to throw a well-placed grenade, but apparently I fail at that again, or my timer was up, or I didn't think of it. But, I mean, as I was saying, even with the additional damage, even as I'm watching the gameplay and I see that I do get like the occasional good shot in, it still just doesn't look like the weapon damage is there. Um, I did used to play a lot of Modern Warfare Hardcore mode, which had the additional weapon damage or reduced player health, whichever way you want to look at it. Um, Basically, less shots, more deaths, um, and increased time between spawns. So I personally prefer to play that style versus the arcadey shooter, though I'm okay with arcadey shooters. I think that's why I'm kind of open-minded when it comes to this game versus some other people. I kind of like the feature. I do think it would be neat if they added a feature where if you had a guy down and you shot him a couple of more times, it would force them to just go to a black screen and they would have to spawn at the command center versus just being able to be revived by the closest medic. While in online gameplay, that would be probably a little rough to deal with because it would only take a couple extra shots to take someone completely out, and you are laying there prone. You cannot shoot back. You cannot really do anything about it. But I think it would add to the balance because it seems like if you just had a team of medics, you could just constantly revive yourselves over and over and over again, and nobody be able to push you back as long as at least one of you is still standing, which could be a little bit annoying. Here, I was actually trying to figure out how to do a melee attack. I think I changed the key for it to my mouse, and I couldn't figure out which one did it, so I just threw a grenade at their feet and then ran away. So let's see. Looks like, oh no, just a couple of frames might have rendered black there. I guess I'll have to check it again. If it did, then I will probably leave it because at this point it is kind of late at night and I need to get to bed because I'm pretty tired. Here I try to take a command post, get blown up by a grenade, and it made me have flashbacks of the Modern Warfare days of trying to take the various posts in Conquest. Just getting grenaded to death every time you get close to one. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty fun game. It's coming to a close here. One thing I discovered, apparently glass is completely bulletproof in this game. I was not aware of that. Otherwise, I probably would have hid more behind those walls. I don't even know why I didn't think of that, because I had seen a gameplay video of a guy hiding behind glass, and it just didn't come to mind when I was playing myself. I probably would have looked a little bit more pro if I had just moved up and got a little better shots, but you know, that's life. I am no way, shape, or form a pro at first-person shooters. I usually hold my own, but I usually, in most of them, now this game doesn't track kill death, thankfully, because I'd probably be at like a 0.2, but for the most part, I do like 1.5. If I have a good day, I can rock a 2 kill death ratio, but this is also a team shooter, so it's not so much the kill death ratio as how much you help your team take the points and everything. And once you complete a mission, I decided to leave this in there. I was going to cut it out, but it's kind of cool. It gives you a breakdown of your experience and gained, and if you've unlocked anything, you get you'll see in the little boxes at the end. But all in all, I'm kind of excited to do some more gameplay for this. I might do like a full single player playthrough if anybody's interested in that. I heard it's kind of short, but most first-person shooters are. Alrighty, well, I've gone long enough into the black, so alright, have fun. Bye.